Hello, and welcome to my channel, Hopewell Stories. What would you do if you found out the stranger you helped was someone you've been searching for your whole life? But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It was a cold Tuesday morning in November when 18-year-old Maya Carter walked into the community center for her first blood donation. The sky was gray, and the wind bit at her cheeks. But inside, the room was warm and bright. Red and white banners hung from the ceiling. Give life. Donate blood. A nurse smiled at her and handed her a clipboard. Maya wasn't sure why she decided to do it. Maybe it was the poster at school that said, "One donation can save up to 3 lives." Maybe it was because her best friend Jen had dared her. Or maybe it was just because she wanted to feel like she'd done something real, something that mattered. She filled out the form, answered the questions, and sat in the chair. Her arm felt cold as the nurse cleaned it with a wipe. Then came the pinch. "Almost done," the nurse said gently. "Just relax." Maya closed her eyes. She thought about her mom, who had passed away when she was 10. Her mom always said, "The world gets better when people help each other, even in small ways." That day, Maya wanted to make her mom proud. 20 minutes later, she walked out with a Band-Aid on her arm, a cookie in her hand, and a quiet sense of peace. She posted a selfie on Instagram. First time donating blood. Scared at first, but worth it. "Do it, guys." The likes rolled in. Jen commented, "Proud of you." Her uncle texted, "Your mom would be smiling." But Maya had no idea that this small act, this quiet Tuesday morning, was about to change her life forever. 3 weeks passed. Maya went back to school, studied for exams, laughed with friends, and tried not to think too much about the future. College applications were due soon. She wasn't sure where she wanted to go. All she knew was that she wanted to help people, maybe become a nurse, maybe work in community health. Then, one rainy afternoon, her phone rang. It was a hospital in the next town over. A nurse named Linda. "Maya, this is Linda from Mercy General. I'm calling about your blood donation." Maya's heart jumped. "Is everything okay?" "Oh yes, you're fine," Linda said quickly. "Actually, we're calling because of something unusual." Maya sat down on her bed. "Unusual? We had a patient come in last week. Critical condition. Car accident. Massive blood loss. He needed an emergency transfusion. We used donor blood, including yours." Maya nodded slowly. "So, I helped someone." "Yes," Linda said. "But here's the thing. Your blood type is very rare. AB negative. Only 1% of people have it. And so does the patient." Maya blinked. "Oh, that's cool, I guess." "It's more than cool," Linda said. "We ran extra tests because of rarity. And something came up. The DNA markers in your blood, they're extremely similar to the patient's." Maya's breath caught. "Wait, what?" "There's a high chance," Linda said carefully, "that you and the patient are related, possibly siblings." The room spun. Maya's hands trembled. "I don't understand." "You were adopted, right?" Linda asked gently. Maya swallowed. "Yes. When I was a baby, I never knew my birth family." Linda's voice softened. "The patient is a young man, 19 years old. His name is Daniel Reyes. He's been in foster care most of his life. No one knows much about his parents. But the blood match, the DNA, it's not a coincidence." Maya's eyes filled with tears. "You're saying, he's my brother?" "We can't say for sure without a formal test," Linda said. "But the odds are very high. If you want, we can arrange a meeting. Once he's stable." Maya whispered. "Yes, please." 2 days later, Maya stood outside room 312 at Mercy General. Her heart pounded like a drum. Rain tapped against the hospital windows. She wore a simple sweater and jeans, her hair pulled back. In her hand, she held a small photo. Her mom, smiling, holding her as a baby. She took a deep breath and opened the door. A young man lay in the bed, pale but awake. His dark hair was messy, and there was a bandage on his forehead. His eyes were open, watching her. "Hi, Maya said, her voice barely above a whisper. He looked confused. Who are you? My name is Maya, she said. I donated blood, and they told me we might be related. Daniel frowned. Related? Maya stepped closer. I was adopted. I never knew my birth family, but my blood type is rare, and so is yours. They think we might be brother and sister. Daniel stared at her. Then slowly, he sat up a little. I never knew my sister, he said quietly. I always wondered if I had one. Maya's eyes filled with tears. Me too. She pulled out the photo. This is my mom, my adoptive mom. She died when I was 10, but before she passed, she told me I had a brother. She said she didn't know where he was, but she said his name might be Daniel.
Daniel's breath caught.
That's my name. Maya handed him the photo. She said, she found me at a hospital. I was left with a note. It said, please take care of her. Her name is Maya. She has a brother somewhere. His name is Daniel.
He's younger by 10 months.
Daniel looked up, his eyes wide. I was born in that same hospital. I was adopted by a couple who couldn't have kids. They died when I was 12. After that, I was in foster care. Maya sat down in the chair beside his bed. I looked for you, she said, for years, but I didn't know where to start. Me too, Daniel whispered. I used to dream about a sister, someone who looked like me, someone who'd understand. They sat in silence for a moment. Then Daniel smiled, small, but real. So, you saved my life. Maya blinked. What? The blood, he said. They told me I was dying.
I needed a transfusion fast.
Regular blood wasn't working.
But yours.
Yours matched perfectly. They said if you hadn't donated that day, I wouldn't have made it. Maya's hands covered her mouth. Tears fell down her cheeks. I gave blood to save a stranger, she said softly, and it was you. Daniel reached out and took her hand. You didn't just save my life, Maya. You found me. Over the next few weeks they got to know each other. Maya visited Daniel every day. They talked for hours, about their childhoods, their dreams, their fears. They discovered they both loved old movies, hated mushrooms, and had the same nervous habit of tapping their fingers when they were thinking. They took a DNA test. The results came back.
99.9% chance they were full siblings.
It was real. They were family. At Daniel's discharge party, Maya brought a cake. Jen came, and so did Maya's uncle. Daniel laughed louder than he had in years. Later, as the sun set, Maya and Daniel sat on a bench outside the hospital. You know, Daniel said,
I used to think no one cared about me.
like I was just floating through life. Maya smiled. I felt the same.
Like I was missing a piece.
Daniel looked at her. You gave blood that day, but you didn't just give me blood. You gave me a sister. Maya squeezed his hand. And you gave me a brother. Months passed. Daniel recovered fully. He got a job at a bike shop. Maya applied to nursing school and got in. They lived in the same town now, close enough to see each other often. One evening, Maya stood in front of her school's health fair, helping run the blood donation booth. A nervous girl approached, about her age. I've never done this before, the girl said. Maya smiled. It's okay. It only takes 10 minutes, and you never know who you might help. The girl hesitated. What if I faint? Maya laughed.
I almost did my first time.
But I'm glad I didn't. Because sometimes, the person you save might be someone you've been looking for your whole life. The girl looked confused. What do you mean? Maya leaned in. Let me tell you a story. And she did. The payoff. So here's the question. Have you ever done something small, something kind, without knowing how big it could turn out to be? Maya donated blood to save a stranger. Turns out, she saved her brother. One act, one moment, one choice. It didn't just change Daniel's life. It changed hers too. Maybe you can't change the whole world, but you can change someone's world. So what will your small act be? If this story moved you, share it with someone you love. Or better yet, go donate blood. You never know whose life you might save. and who might be waiting to find you. Like, comment, and subscribe for more true feeling stories that remind us how connected we all are.